Today on OC News, we have the CSU tuition protest,
a recap on the solar eclipse,
and schools petitioning USDA to remove Lunchables from the National School Lunch Program.
All this and more coming up on OC News.
This just now in tech news, the first responder on the scene.
There's been a lot of collaborative efforts.
I feel blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the Broadcast Journalism students at Cal State
Fullerton. OC News starts right now.
Welcome to OC News. I'm Kyle Hankins.
And I'm Ashley Grimaldo. Thank you for tuning in with us tonight. OC News is brought to you by the journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
Cal State students marched to Chancellor's office to demand a rollback on the tuition increase that was approved by the Board of Trust last September. Our reporter Cindy Salmarone was in Long Beach and has the details.
No justice, no peace, no tuition increase.
Students from the 23 Gulf states gathered in Long Beach to speak out against the 6% tuition increase.
This tuition increase approves, I think just like of the folks here, at least 50 of us are going to have to drop out.
Taylor, a student at the University of Channel Islands, is among one of the voices pushing against the tuition increase. Similar to Taylor, Annabelle also voiced her concern not just for herself but also for her peers.
So this is pushing students out of the educational system. It's pushing them out from even dreaming of going to a 4-year university.
The CSU stated that the Board of Trustees' decision last fall to raise tuition was not made lightly but was done to ensure that CSU can continue to provide students with the services. Adding that the CSU will allocate 1/3 of the revenue from the tuition increase to the State University Grant Program to ensure the majority of students will not be affected by the increase. But many students are concerned because they don't know if they're going to be able to afford next semester.
But I don't know what else is coming my way and how much is not going to be covered by stipends or financial aid or whatever. And I feel like I'm in a certain position that I have to prepare myself for the financial adversity that's coming my way.
The tuition increase goes into effect in the fall of 2024. For OC News, I'm Cindy Salmeron.
A horrific story that will keep everyone on their toes the more it unfolds. A 9-year-old was the sole survivor and witnessed a violent tragedy. I want to give our viewers a warning. This story contains graphic and disturbing details. Here is the timeline of events. Overnight Sunday, neighbors heard a couple in a loud argument in the middle of the night. Very early Monday morning, Danielle Johnson is suspected of fatally stabbing her boyfriend before fleeing with her 2 daughters. At 4:30 a.m., Johnson and her 2 children were in the SUV on the 405 freeway when she opened the passenger door, telling her daughter to get out of the car. When she didn't, she pushed her out of the vehicle in the middle of the freeway while moving. The 9-year-old was holding on to her 8-month-old sister. Unfortunately, the infant fell out of her arms. That baby was fatally struck by a passing car. She was announced dead at the scene. Around 5 a.m., the SUV was seen heading south to Redondo Beach, reaching speeds of 100 miles per hour. The SUV then slammed into a tree at an intersection. The driver, Johnson, was also pronounced dead at the scene. The body of the boyfriend was not found until 7:30 a.m. The tragic aftermath left the 9-year-old girl as the only witness and survivor.
If your grocery bill is still high, it's not a coincidence. The Bureau of Labor Statistics recently released new percent changes in the Consumer Price Index. The Bureau of Labor Statistics released a new report in the Consumer Price Index, which sees a 3.5% increase in prices of all expenses. Despite most prices being stable within the past year, the 3.5% change is the biggest in the past 6 months and overall from the past year. March grocery prices in particular are up 1.2% from a year ago. From February to March, gas prices rose 1.7% higher, and if you're a homeowner, shelter prices rose 5.7%. Up until March, even auto insurance prices have risen 22% compared from a year ago.
The iconic snack brand Lunchables is asked to be removed from school campuses after controversy over its nutritional value. The advocacy group Consumer Reports are urging the federal government to ban Lunchables from school campuses after they had found that the snacks have high amounts of sodium and heavy metals. According to Consumer Reports, a Lunchable kit bought from the store has a range of 460 to 740 milligrams of sodium. The turkey and cheese kit itself has a whopping 930 milligrams of sodium. Consumer Reports did tests on 12 of their snack kits, including other snack brands like Oscar Mayer's and Good & Gather. The other brands also had high amounts of sodium. The test had also found high amounts of metal, including lead and cadmium, but the amount of the metals did not exceed federal limit. The advocacy group has petitioned to the U.S. Department of Agriculture to remove Lunchables from school cafeterias after their findings.
I might switch to protein bars as a snack from now on. When we come back, we have more on the solar eclipse.
And the Cal State Fullerton track team looks to continue its recent success. All this and more after the break. Oh my God. Bring out your shades and take a look into the sky, as Raven Esparza has more on Monday morning's solar eclipse.
If you wake up early enough, at times you can see both the moon and the sun out together, but never crossing each other's path. Well, this time it happened. Between the hours of 10 a.m. and 12:30 p.m., a solar eclipse took place, which also led professors to let their students see the view.
I saw the partial eclipse with the sunglasses. I tried to look at the sun. My mistake. It didn't hurt my eyes or anything. I just got a little ahead of myself and looked up and I was like, nope, not trying that again.
Now keep in mind that the solar eclipse should not be looked at by the naked eye. Whether it's sunglasses, eclipse glasses, or even free glasses sold at Sonic drive-thru. That's right, they come with a purchase of any beverage or meal. Now the only problem is on Monday morning, there was a lot of people who actually hurt their eye just by looking at the sun. How do we know that? Well, it seems odd, but Google search has the answer for that.
I think maybe 3 or 4 people had the actual glasses that you need. I mean, they look like 3D glasses from the movie, so I don't know how it makes any difference. But yeah, most people were just using their hands or they weren't really looking because I think they were pretty scared too.
Being scared is definitely not an overreaction. Between 12 and 5 p.m., the related search for eyes hurt was raised by over 50% before descending back to normal. Definitely a concern to be aware of, but make sure you protect your eyes before viewing such a bright event. I'm Raven Esparza, reporting for OC News.
Wow, that solar eclipse was quite some entertainment we won't see again anytime soon. Meanwhile, let's pass it over to our entertainment reporter, Cynthia Saavedra, for the latest.
Hi, I'm Cynthia Saavedra, and I have the latest in the entertainment world. Starting off with the highly anticipated trailer for The Joker, Folie à Deux, starring Lady Gaga alongside Joaquin Phoenix, who's reprising his Oscar-winning role as the title character. The trailer shows the pair waltzing around a street, dodging explosions, and running from mobs. The movie will premiere in theaters this fall, 5 years after the first Joker movie came out, and this movie has a lot of buzz around it. Monday night, a ruckus caused by a famous country star. country music star Morgan Wallace was arrested on 3 felony counts of reckless endangerment, 1 misdemeanor count of disorderly conduct early in Monday in Nashville, after allegedly he threw a chair from the rooftop bar Sunday night, according to the Metro Nashville Police Department. The chair landed on the street close to 2 police officers. Wallen was at fellow country artist Eric Church's new 6-story bar, restaurant, and live music venue called Cheeks, which opened on Friday. Beyonce, the queen bee, is showing her star power and taking over the country world. As the Cowboy Carter craze continues to sweep the nation, Beyonce is busy sweeping the Billboard charts. The new singer's country-inspired album has taken the #1 spot on Billboard Top Country Album charts, making the global superstar the first Black woman to lead the list. In addition to Cowboy Country's taking the #1 spot on the Top Cowboy Country Albums charts, Beyonce's Texas Hold'em, Most Wanted, and Jolie, all off her new album, hold the top 3 spots on the Hot Country Song charts, respectively, making her the first woman to hold the top 3 charts in that category, according to Billboard. And that's all I have for you. Until next time, I'm Cynthia Saavedra. Back to you, Kyle and Ashley.
One of Fullerton's oldest libraries looks to reopen after being closed for nearly a decade. Our reporter Isaiah Malari has the details.
The Hunt Branch Library will reopen on Saturday after being closed for nearly a decade. State grants signed by Governor Newsom helped support the renovations for the library, with nearly $5 million going towards construction. The library itself was closed in 2013 after City Council defunded the library.
I think it's fantastic that we're opening more public libraries. Obviously I'm a library goer. I go to the one over on Commonwealth at City Hall. But this one, I'm here every single day for the dog park that it's open.
I'm here at the footbridge for the Hunt Branch Library, just right across this creek that'll be opening on Saturday. Now, for most Fullerton residents, they usually go to the Fullerton location just on Commonwealth. But with the grand reopening of the Hunt Branch Library, there's some new interest. Let's take a look.
We usually go to various locations and stuff, so today we're here at the library. We're going to check out books, and I think that, the new library, I can let my managers know, and then maybe they can send us over there.
Well, I don't know about the people that live there. I don't live there, so it's not going to bother me. But, I think it's a good thing to reopening that library.
The library will host its grand reopening on Saturday, with librarians being transferred to the new branch to help with new programming. I'm Isaiah Malari reporting from Fullerton for OC News.
After the break, March Madness ended in historic style.
And the Cal State Fullerton track team looks to run their way to victory in the coming season. Stay with us.
You'll be the first, Mija.
I got in. Dad, I got in.
You should know this one. Who knows it?
So how's it going in school?
Finish those before you go.
Management function that seeks to develop mutually beneficial relationships with all of our audience.
Hey, do you know what this word means? Empowerment? Authority or power given to someone to do something. T. Empowerment.
Cal State Fullerton's men's track team has seen a lot of success in recent years, winning the conference championship 3 years in a row. And this year, they look to make it 4 as well, bringing the women's team back to the top. We had Jeffrey Morris with more.
Thanks, guys.
Spring is fastly approaching and your men's and women's track team are all ready to go. Your men's team is coming off their third consecutive championship win under head coach Marcus Barroso. This year, they're looking to make that 4 as the season approaches.
Of course, we're always ready. We work out hard every day, 5-6 days a week. This is what they want. When the lights are on, we don't shy away from it. We want that. We want the pressure. We want people to know we're coming. And that's why we are so successful, is we're not afraid of going out there and giving it all. If we come up short, we come up short, but at least we know we went out there and tried our best. Fullerton's on the come up. Look out for us and don't ever sleep on us. I think the expectation is always to go out there and work hard and try to do our best. I think that the guys and the girls, both teams, everybody wants to win. So that's the expectation. Run PRs, run for each other, just make sure we're doing the right things throughout the season.
With the men's team's success, a showcase of the track program's talent, it has been a goal to bring the women's team back to the top of the conference.
Yeah, to look out on the women's side, I would say our 400-meter group is really good. Our women's sprints, Trinity Barnett, our 100-meter school record holder and Big West champion, she's looking in great sprint form already, so I'm looking for her to repeat. New additions, Grace Goldsworthy from Colorado State, the transfer, her leadership, where she's been in her career and how she's already helping the girls focus and elevating their talent. Looking forward to that group and definitely both of our relays, so just excited for that.
This year should be full of excitement as we see the Titans defending their reigning championship spot and competing as the underdogs all in one season.
Just at the line.
Just win. We know what we had to do. We know how close it was.
You feel the pressure going into it?
Always comes full circle, man. It's always on the 4x4. No 4x1 still won the meet.
Make sure to keep up with the teams and show your support. That's all from me, Jeffrey Morris. Back to you guys in the studio.
Staying with our reporter Jeffrey Morris, he's going to be giving us a glimpse of what else is going on in the sports world.
Thanks, Ashley. I got some exciting news in college basketball and the upcoming Paris Olympics. Starting with the men's side of March Madness, we had #1 ranked Purdue taking on UConn, the defending champs. The game started off very close, but UConn pulled away to win back-to-back and NCAA championships, which hasn't been done since 2007. So once again, UConn fans get to celebrate their team's victory and hold on to the bragging rights for another year. Enough with the men now. We got women's basketball. Caitlin Clark, Iowa team against undefeated South Carolina in the NCAA Women's Championship. This game brought in record-setting viewership, and it sure didn't disappoint. Clark dropped 30 points for her team, but that was not enough as the Gamecocks took the win 87-75 and held on to their undefeated season. Moving back to the track world, we have news for the upcoming 2024 Paris Olympics. It has been decided by World Athletics to introduce $50,000 in prize money for every 2024 Olympic track and field gold medalist. This shows a little more respect for the best in the world, and now they not only compete for the glory, but also a little payday. That's all the big news in the sports world from me now. I'll see you next time. Back to you, Kyle and Ashley.
Who doesn't love national days that we're all able to celebrate? From siblings to pets, we adore them all the same. Let's honor and love them the most this week. Go call your brother or sisters because today is National Siblings Day. This annual day of April 10th is meant to honor one siblings founded in 1995. Claudia Everett wanted a day to celebrate siblings, a whole day dedicated to showing our love to them. Another national day happening is National Pet Day, which many of us celebrate our pets daily. April 11th is especially important. National Pet Day is dedicated to pets who may not be getting all the attention and love they deserve. Show your pets so much appreciated love. Treats, cuddles, and spoil them.
Happy National Pets Day to my 2 cats, 3 dogs, and 10 chickens. I'll definitely be celebrating with them tomorrow. How about you?
Since I don't have 10 chickens to celebrate with, I would just have to settle with torturing my 4 siblings for the next 6 hours.
Thank you guys for joining us today at OC News. I'm Ashley Grimaldo.
And I'm Kyle Hankins. Stay tuned for our next show in just a few minutes, and I hope everyone has a great night.